Back to the channel. Today I want to go over how I'm gonna pay my cell phone bill out of my brokerage. My account has gone down in income probably by about 50% since I got rid of all my yield max and W pay and some stuff that was kind of not really maintaining the NAV. So this portfolio makes about $330 a month, and I got it set up to only use the $1,000 free margin on Robinhood. And I'm just going to do a proof of concept on paying my cell phone bill out of my brokerage. Now, my cell phone bill is $240 a month. And what I normally do when I get paid is take $60 out of my paycheck, send it over to Ally, and put it in my cell phone bucket to pay the bill when it comes due. Instead of doing that, I stopped doing that maybe 2 months ago, and I just been putting that money in my brokerage account. But starting this week, when I get paid, January 8th, I'm going to take the $60 and put it in my brokerage account. I'm not going to send it off to Ally in the cell phone bucket. That $60 that I normally would have put up, I'm going to put in my brokerage, and I'm going to buy assets. Now, the assets that I'm buying are QQQI, GPIQ, KQQQ, KGLD, KSLV, Maggie, and that's it. It's 6 of them. Oh, I think it's 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, TDAC makes 7. Now, 5 of those 7 are not on drip. The rest of my portfolio is on drip as the foundation of the portfolio. And KGLD and KSLV are new positions, and they're on drip. So the only ones that aren't on drip is GPIQ, KQQ, Maggie, QQQI, and TDAC. It just so happens those 5 that are not on drip pay me $240 a month. So I'm going to buy those with the bill money that I normally would have sent over. I'm going to buy those ETFs. Since they're not on drip, I'm going to build those positions up, not being on drip. Every week, they're going to get that money. When it comes time to pay my cell phone bill, I'm going to withdraw from my buying power, my margin, the $1,000 that Robinhood is giving me for free, interest free. The first $1,000 that you use in margin is free. We have Robinhood Gold. I'm going to withdraw the $240 from my buying power and pay my cell phone bill. I'm going to do what the rich people do. Buy assets and let the assets pay for their lifestyle. This is just proof of concept. Start with my cell phone bill. I could do my car payment, but I don't want to really accrue any kind of debt or margin debt, even though that's what the rich people do. I want to kind of stay safe because 2026 could be a rocky market. And I just want to do proof of concept with the cell phone bill. I could do my car payment. Instead of the car payment going, into my car payment bucket at Ally, the car payment money could go into my brokerage and buy those 5 assets. So the more bill money that I put in here, the faster the income will grow. Okay? The faster the account will grow. So since those 5 aren't on drip, when they pay out the dividends, the distributions, it will pay down the margin back to, 1,000 will be free again. And I could repeat the cycle over and over again. the 5 ETFs that I'm buying, since I'm buying every week, they're going to be paying more than the $240 a month. So then I can maybe add another bill, or I can add other bills now. I got a couple of subscriptions. The monthly car wash is $39. I can put that money in here, buy assets, and let the margin pay the $39 a month. Your Netflix bill, it doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to start and just set your go at your mortgage. That might not be realistic to do your mortgage. I could do my mortgage for the simple fact, my available margin, if I update the borrowing limit and remove borrow limit of 1,000, that will give me 25,000 buying power. So technically, if I wanted to right now, I could pay my mortgage, my everything. I could pay everything out of that 25,000, and my mortgage money would come in here in the brokerage and buy assets. My car payment would buy assets. Everything would buy assets first. Then you take the money out the buying power of your margin and pay your bills. Now the interest is going to be not free over the $1,000. Right now, it's 5%. The first 1,000 interest free. So when rates come down, your margin rate will come down. So that could be something to think about. My buffer is 75%. I'm low risk right now because I'm only using $9. But I just wanted to show you my strategy for 2026 is to pay my cell phone bill out of my brokerage. And when it comes time to pay another bill, what I decide, it'll come out of my brokerage. I don't want to overtalk it anymore. Oh, I do want to show you some of my other holdings that are on drip. And they're the foundation. All the S&P 500 type ETFs are on drip. SPYI, T-SPY, GPIX, CEFS is a closed fund ETF. It's a fund of funds. BAI is iShares AI Innovation and Tech Active ETF. This only pays twice a year. And I just got it for a little non-covered call exposure. CEFS, non-covered call exposure. PFFA, non-covered call exposure. QDevo's on drip. SGov is not on drip. That's 10 shares of SGov. That's just to, let Robinhood know that I'm not too reckless. That $1,000 SGov that holding is basically collateralizing my free margin, basically. So if push come to shove, if I had that whole $1,000 margin used up and got into trouble or whatever, I could just sell SGov and it'll cover it. So that's just something to keep a little stability in the portfolio. Maggie pays weekly. That's one of the ones that I'm going to buy with my cell phone money. It already bought today. I bought $10 worth. Maggie weekly buy January 9th. So now I have 0.190907 shares that I bought today. So another part of the strategy is the automatic buys that I have set up recurring automatically are on the ex-dividend date or the day before the ex-dividend date. I can't remember. They're on the ex-dividend date. So the reason why I did that was, because your ETF goes down in price on ex-dividend date. So I won't be able to get the dividend for that investment, the next payout, but the next one after that, I will be able to get the dividend, the distribution. Now, the reason why everything else is on drip, and I'm gonna wrap this video up, is because, with these high income ETFs, everybody talks about your cost basis. You want to buy below your cost basis. You want to buy on red days. Well, there's a lot of investments that I've made over the last 2 years that I was able to buy more of because it never went back down to my cost basis. It always went up. So I was stuck with the initial purchase of those shares of that ETF or that company because I was waiting for the price to come down. Well, hell, Main Street Capital, for example, is always traded at a premium. It's never hardly going down. So if you start with 10 shares or if you start with 100 shares, that's all you're going to ever get because you're probably never going to see your cost basis again. It could take years. So I'm tired of missing out. It's not fear of missing out. It's tired of missing out. By buying my initial buy and then never being able to buy again because I'm waiting for it to go back down to less than what I bought my cost basis. So from here on out, I'm buying no matter what. That has worked for decades. Just dollar cost average out your paycheck. Every time you get paid, you buy investments, you buy assets. But now YouTube and the modern people and the people that's so slick and spreadsheets and all that, they got all these different rules that you want to wait. It's like you're going to be waiting forever. My 401k is not waiting. Every time I get paid, something goes to my 401k. It's not waiting on red days. It's dollar cost average for a reason. You buy high, you buy low, and it balances out. But you continue to buying. If my 401k, I had to wait and keep my paycheck contributions on the sidelines until my cost basis, hell, you would never have anything. So I'm sick and tired of hearing about cost basis and you got to buy these at a certain time and timing matters. No, what matters is get more of what you like. If you have conviction in QQQI, the name of the game is get as many shares as you can. If I bought it at $55 today and next week is 60 or 58 or whatever, I'm not going to buy none that week. No, I'm going to keep buying. Because a lot of times in my other accounts, I got a lot of things that just have the 100 shares. 100 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares. Because initially when I buy something, I buy it and get to 100 shares as fast as possible. But that's where they stop. I got so many investments that's just 100 shares. Why? Because I wait for it to go back down below my cost basis. If I wouldn't have waited, I might have had 200 shares. I might have had 150 shares. But since I wait for it to go back to my cost basis, I missed out. So I'm tired of missing out. Everything is on drip except for those 5. And those 5 are getting bought with the $60 for my cell phone bill. This is the income bearing. I'm out.